Hello. Today I'm going to talk about a biofuel called renewable natural gas. So I'm going to first talk about give a brief introduction of the biofuel, how it's produced, give some of its applications, um, then talk about um, how it's good versus how it's bad, and then conclude with the future of this type of biofuel. So, renewable natural gas, also known as RNG, is a biogas that is fully interchangeable with conventional natural gas. Conventional natural gas is found in rock formations. It's extracted through a well drilled into that formation, and it's made up of fossil fuels. But renewable gas is a biogas that contains more than 90% methane. It is a product that is created from the decomposition of organic matter. That includes livestock waste, landfills, wastewater sludge, food waste, and any other form of organic waste processing operation. Today, there are about 250 operational RNG facilities across North America, with nearly 240 more planned or they are under construction. Um, and another fact about RNG is that 69% of the total RNG supply in the world is produced through landfill waste. Um, so it is RNG is produced commercially through something called anaerobic digestion. Um, this is a sequence of processes by which small microorganisms or bacteria they naturally break down any form of biodegradable material in the absence of oxygen. Um, so they digest the organic waste and produce methane or carbon dioxide along with some other gases. Now, the raw methane that's produced through this process is between 45% and 65% pure, which is not quite ideal or efficient for commercial use. Therefore, there's these processing plants that treat or upgrade this raw methane so that it can reach pure levels or nearly pure levels, which is typically 95% or higher methane. After it is upgraded, it can then be injected and transported through natural gas pipeline, and it is virtually indistinguishable from natural gas. The only difference is that RNG is produced from biological methods as opposed to fossil fuel deposits. So some of the applications is of RNG. It's used in electricity generation. So we get power from RNG. It's used for area heating in homes, process heating. So in industrial plants, it's used uh, as a heater for like processing, like textile industry or even in transportation industry. It's used as fuel. Um, and there's something called bioenergy and carbon capture and storage, um, which is when you store and process bioenergy by capturing carbon and storing the carbon, thereby removing it from the atmosphere completely. So it helps reducing carbon footprint. The good thing is that this type RNG can be produced and distributed via the existing gas grid. So it's an attractive means of supplying renewable heat, renewable gas energy, while requiring no extra capital. The existing gas network also allows distribution of energy over vast distances and in rural communities, remote areas. It can be easily converted into liquefied natural gas so that it can be directly used as a fuel in transportation sector. It also helps reduce our agricultural methane release in the atmosphere, reducing carbon footprint. And its production may also reduce the manure runoff into the rivers and water supplies. So it helps improve fuel security, economic revenues, and helps improve local air quality, or it may improve air quality and greenhouse gas reductions. And the bad thing is that it creates similar environmental pollutants as natural gas, such as carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, many sulfides, and particulate matter. And any gas that escapes is a long lived greenhouse gas. So it stays in the atmosphere for a very, very, very long time. Um, Another thing is that these facilities release toxic pollution in the process of creating this fuel, and these facilities are often located in rural, poor communities, um, which already have industrial facilities cutting through them, which means the use of this fuel would overburden these people who are already most vulnerable to pollution and its harms. There are other bad things like air quality index is reduced or degraded. There are public health risks like respiratory problems, cancer, even. And then there's leaks and other environmental concerns. So I personally think that the answer to our energy needs is real clean energy, not renewable fuels. I think we should have better ways to deal with emissions from landfills, food waste, and farms. And instead of renewing it for energy, we should try to cut down or reduce them altogether, try to cut down on all the waste that we produce. The bigger picture is that investing in renewable natural gas, it will not lead to a significant drop in climate damaging emissions. Um, I think instead it will incentivize the production of more uh, polluting waste needed to make this gas. Um, so I think our answer is, or it should be, we should move towards like cutting down waste, using solar and wind energy, which is already pretty clean and cheap, maybe even nuclear energy, which has other cons, but I do not think that biofuels are the answer to saving our planet. And that was my presentation. Thank you for listening to me.